Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. So there's a lot that is going on under this government. I am watching very closely the performance of this particular government, and you're beginning to see clearly who are the capable people and who are not capable people. And the last past 30 years has shown us flames clearly, and it's making sense. It's making a lot of sense. However, though, I still have to give the benefit of the doubt under this new government and see the capability that is coming from the former governing party. Maybe this time around they are going to pull up their socks. Thus far, we are not seeing any progress coming from their side. However, we are seeing progress coming from the other political parties within the GNU, which is kind of like not surprising if you ask me. Maybe all these years it was about going to work. It was about just putting on a suit and coming in front of the camera and seem to be doing something. But in reality, when you're sitting behind your desk, maybe even if you go to the office at all, basically you just sit and throw your legs on the desk and watch television or whatever the case that they were doing. But other than that, this was not the topic that I want to talk about on this video. I want to talk about Jacob Zuma once again because I am seeing a lot of people that are saying things about Mr. Zuma. And I agree with most of the point of views that people are saying, particularly in this video or this channel for that matter, that Mr. Zuma is not above the organization. He does not own the African National Congress and things like that. And I agree with that. I don't think anybody that is a member of a political party should ever be above the organization. Under any circumstances, the organization is not you. You are there and you will leave the organization as is when one day you are no longer. So I agree on that one 100%. However, though, you must also understand that political parties' bottom line is numbers. So, of course, in any political party, there will always be the so called shining star or somebody that is going to pick the people's favor. And they will favor this person all the way. It doesn't matter what good or bad that they do. These people will ride and die with this particular politician or member of the organization. And just that is just the reality. Unfortunately, South Africa also found itself being in a politician worship type of politics in this country. And that type of politics is very dangerous because it does not hold one accountable. And even though when they are doing wrong, they still support this person. They don't reprimand this person. They don't pull out. They support. Instead, they rally around this individual and defend this individual to a point, sometimes to a very fatal situation where you'll find fundamentals or fundamentalists of these particular politicians that are willing to jeopardize their own liberty by doing heinous crime of taking another person's life, all because they disagreed about this individual. And it's unfortunate that this has been South Africa's political nature, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be in the 80s, in the 70s, etc., and so on, where black and black violence was a thing. Now it's more like battle of ideas, but you still do get those people that will take up arms and hurt other people simply because they have a different point of view. Which kind of like also reminded me that in politics as well, not everybody is a, how do you call this, a foot soldier. And not everybody also is behind the desk politician or intellectual politician. And in most cases, the people that you can never have a conversation that is of a different opinion regarding Jacob Zuma with a foot soldier, you are literally putting yourself in danger. And I'm talking fatal danger here because foot soldiers, they are not inclined with objectivity. They're mostly about subjectivity through and through, and you can never tell them otherwise about the politician that they love. And so I feel like Jacob Zuma leaving the ANC, I still say he left the ANC quite naked when it came to numbers. I heard, I think about 2 weeks ago, I think it was Figilan Balula who was explaining the decline of the ANC membership, and he attributed it to ghost membership. And I was like, I don't think so. Yes, there may be ghost membership here and there, but this is the African National Congress. Why would anybody be a ghost member to the ANC? If you really think about it, this is the ANC. This is a party that was seen to be the begin all and end all. And why would anybody uh, submit ghost membership when most people would willingly want to join the ANC if they wanted to join the ANC and participate in the political party events and whatever else that they do in the ANC at branch level. So that to me was an excuse, as well as trying to not politicize, but to public relation the real truth. And the real truth is Jacob Zuma had numbers. The bottom line that every political party fights for. He left with that bottom line and started a political party called Mkhonto Wesizwe, or MK as it is known. And as a result of that, that 58 seats, if you take them to the ANC becomes majority. It's clear as daylight. The ANC becomes majority. So MK, that number that Jacob Zuma took along with him, is a result why the ANC is sitting at 40% of the 2024 general election results. So I don't think we should sweep that under the carpet and say, hey, what? Yes, I agree 100%. Mr. Zuma is not above any politics. He's not even above MK for that matter, and he is disposable as well. The MK can take a decision and say, "Well, we're expelling you as well from the party," and there's nothing that he can do about it. But I don't think MK will survive at this point if ever Mr. Zuma does anything that is near I mean, what do you call this, gross misconduct. They will not be able to even reprimand him, expel him, discipline him, or whatever the case might be, because he still has those numbers that left along with him to MK. The interesting thing about this, I come from a township. I'm not going to mention what township that is. That township was staunch ANC. Once upon a time, that township, the majority of it used to be IFP. And I don't know, overnight, over time, the entire township of over 400,000 people turned ANC. And you couldn't tell them a thing about the ANC. They voted ANC through and through. But what I did not see coming was how Mr. Zuma was highly supported in this township of mine, to a point where 76% of my township voted MK in 2024. I was shocked beyond shocked. So numbers play a major role, and Mr. Zuma knew very well when he left the ANC that, not even left the ANC, I still believe that he was firing shots and he was trying to get himself back on top of the influential bench of the party. But somehow, I think in the ANC National Executive Committee, which they also know it as the NEC, his voice was being swallowed, ignored, or maybe even disrespected. And he was like, you know what, you guys, I'm not happy with this situation. Nobody's listening to me. And I think as well the ANC not also doing anything about his alleged criminal cases that he's also going through, which of course may be digging into his pockets. And and the ANC doesn't seem to be interested in helping him when it came to his legal battles, which I don't think the ANC can do anything about it, because at the end of the day, the rule of law is not influenced by politician or political parties or political landscape. The rule of law must be independent. And if where justice was violated, then justice must be seen to be done in a matter like the allegations that he's going through, irrespective of his status in society, or a former president or a president. And after all, the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, I think is Section 9, talks about everyone is equal, and that also includes the president is no exception to the rule, that we are all equal. However, you and I already know that South Africa is definitely an animal farm. Some are more equal than others, and as a result of that, we are seeing all this inequality that is going on in our country. Yes, I agree that our economy, in its majority, is in the hands of our former colonialists and apartheid architectures, and also by virtue of being a white person who, probably the system was designed for them to always uh, be in charge of the South African economy, continue to benefit, and they act dumb, they act deaf, they act blind when these things are brought to the fore, and they will defend it to the core. And I agree again that Codesa, really need to go to another Codesa. This time around, everybody, or at least the majority of people in South Africa, are educated and they are critical thinkers. And whatever that was negotiated in 1990, 1991, 92, during those Codesa negotiations, it's clear that the people that were supposed to speak on our behalf, I'm talking about the Black people, they were fooled simply because critical thinking may have not existed. I mean, again, how do you blame the people like, for example, Jacob Zuma, whom I understand or allegedly is a standard two, if that's the word, standard two? Oh, sorry, what is standard? This grade four, right? A fourth grader, and you go and sit with people who've had an education system that was designed to produce geniuses, that was designed to produce the type of engineers and theorists and you name them. And these are the people that were placed on the white side to negotiate with the black side. And as a result, the white side seemed to have came out winning through and through. We may have taken the country, but the essence of what um, secures people, when I say secure, I'm talking in terms of having jobs, having food on the table, having a roof over their heads, and having clothes, and also having leisure. That part, the black people, the part of the negotiations did not give black people that, and that is why we find ourselves in this situation we find ourselves today, which is so unfortunate. I'm saying this to say that the ANC, in as much as it says that Jacob Zuma is not above the organization, he has numbers. He has numbers. And the elections of 2024 proved it. It really proved it. Now, how will the MK be a one-hit wonder? Will be if the ANC went back to Mr. Zuma and said, "Okay, listen, we are revoking your expulsion. We are willing to listen to you," because I still think Mr. Zuma is ANC through and through. I don't believe that he has abandoned the idea of being an ANC. His blood definitely is yellow, black, and what's the other color? Is it yellow and black? Yeah. And yeah, definitely. The fact that the political party he belongs to is called Mkhonto we we all know what Mkhonto was. It was the military wing of the ANC that did a lot during the days of apartheid. So I don't think this is something that we need to, uh, I think, wash down and say, oh no, he's not above the organization. I agree. But what about the numbers? And I still think that the ANC has come to an end. And it's only a matter of time before everybody will be on each other's throats. And that will be the end of the ANC. And most of the people that will be disgruntled will go to MK. Some will go to other political parties, like I mentioned in my previous video. The COPE, or Congress of the People, stands to gain a lot of those disgruntled members of the ANC. Some will might even go to Julius Malema. If you are looking at Julius Malema's political future, is looking bleak because of VBS, and also probably his time. I mean, seriously, this is South Africa, a democracy, and our constitution says that everybody is entitled to 2 terms to lead a political party, and not only for South Africa, but for everything else, because every constitution that is drawn in South Africa must mimic that of the country. So I understand that Malema is going for his third term. Is it third term? Yeah, let's see, 2012 and then 27. Yeah, but yeah, his third term. This is his third term, and there's no indication of him ever stepping down. But I think I heard him talk about how it's going to be the will of the people, meaning the will of the EFF membership, or whether he stays or go. And I think if he really believes he's a leader, he should respect the 2 terms and say, listen, guys, I cannot go any further. I don't mind working behind the scenes and become an advisor, whatever the case might be. I don't think they're going to get rid of him altogether. He's the one who chose to be a leader at a young age. And he should have understood how democracy works. I don't know, guys. It's an interesting political landscape going on in the ANC right now. And like I said, everything is bubbling under. I see that Zizi Kotwa resigned as a member of parliament. Why did he go there to begin with is beyond me, because he knew that the ANC, he's the one who was a spokesperson of the ANC and was delivering everything that transpired in the ANC Congress, I think in 2021. Was it 20? No, it wasn't 21. 2022. And he knows or knew that there's a step aside policy if you are accused of a crime or convicted of a crime. But no, he decided to put his name on the list to parliament and actually went to parliament. So he decided to resign. Is it a resignation? I think it's a pushover. They're like, hey, bro, you're making us look bad. And they were looking bad, because myself, I was like, how's this possible? How is it possible that you have a lawmaker breaking the law, or at least accused of breaking the law? Other than that, guys, I don't know what your thoughts are in respect of the Jacob Zuma matter, him being expelled from the ANC. I would like to know, what are your thoughts about him being expelled from the ANC? Do you think it's good riddance? Do you think it was a mistake? Or do you think they should go and negotiate with him? What are your thoughts? I'm very much interested. And I'm also interested to hear, which is going to be another video I'm going to make about the government of national unity, how the ANC is actually being exposed when it comes to performance, while all their GNU partners are seemingly doing a lot and impressing a lot of South Africans, myself included. Other than that, let's see each other in my next video. But before you leave this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and also comment. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.